households, both alike in dignity, in fair Verona, where we lay our scene. From ancient grudge break to new mutiny, where civil blood makes civil hands unclean. From forth the fatal loins of these two foes, a pair of star-crossed lovers take their life, whose misadventure piteous overthrows doth with their death bury their parent strife. The fearful passage of their death-marked love, and the continuance of their parents' rage, which, but their children's end naught could remove, is now the 2 hours' traffic of our stage. The which, if you with patient ears attend, what here shall miss, our toil shall strive to mend.
Being moved.
But though I not quickly moved to strike.
The dog of the house of Montague moved me.
To move is to stir, to be valiant is to stand. Therefore, if thou art moved, thou runnest away.
The dog of that house shall move me to stand. I will take the wall of any man or maid of Montague.
That shows thee a weaker stand, for the weakest goes to the wall.
It is true, and therefore, women being the weaker vessels that ever thrust to the wall. Therefore, I will take Montague's men from the wall and thrust her maids to the wall.
The quarrel is between our masters and us, their men.
'Tis all one. I will show myself a torrent when I fought with the men. I will be cruel with the maids. I will cut off their heads.
The heads of the maids.
Aye, the heads of the maids, or the maiden heads, taken in what sense thou wilt.
They must take it in sense that feel it.
Me they shall feel when I'm able to stand. 'Tis known that I'm a pretty piece of flesh.
Draw thy tool, here comes two of the house of Montague.
Quarrel? I will back thee.
How? Turn thy back and run?
Fear me not.
No, marry, I fear thee.
Let us let the door of our sides, let them begin.
I will frown as I walk past and let them take it as they list.
Nay, as they dare. I will put my thumb at them, which disgrace them if they bear it.
Do you bite your thumb at us, sir?
I do put my thumb, sir.
Do you bite your thumb at us, sir?
Is the door of our sides if I say aye?
No.
No, sir. I do not put my thumb at you, sir, but I put my thumb, sir.
Do you quarrel, sir?
Quarrel, sir? No, sir.
But if you do, sir, I am for you. I serve as good a man as you.
No better.
You lie.
Say better, here comes one of my master's kinsmen.
Better, sir.
Part fools, you know not what you do.
What? Art thou drawn among these heartless hounds? Turn thee, Benvolio, look upon thy death.
I do but keep the peace. Put up thy sword, or use it to part these men with me.
What? Drawn and talk of peace? I hate thee, wed, as I hate hell, all Montagues and thee. Have at thee, coward. What noise is this? Give me my long sword.
Rebellious subjects, enemies to peace! Traitors of this name, stay still, will they not hear? What lying men you beast that quench the fire of your malicious rage and perfect fountains issuing from your veins! On pain of torture from those bloody hands, throw your sacred weapons to the ground! And hear the sentence of your moving prince. 3 civil brawls bred of an airy word by thee, old Capulet and Montague, have thrice disturbed the quiet of our streets. If ever you disturb our streets again, your lives shall pay the forfeits of the peace. For this time all the rest depart away. You, Capulet, shall come along with me, and Montague, come you this afternoon to know our farther pleasure in this case. Once more, on pain of death, all men depart!
Who set this ancient quarrel you approach? Speak, nephew. Will you bide when it began?
Here were the servants of your adversary, and yours close fighting ere I did approach. I drew to part them, in the instant came the fiery Tybalt with sword prepared, which as he breathed defiance to my ears, he swung about his head and cut the winds, who nothing hurt withal hissed him in scorn. As they were interchanging thrusts and blows, came more and more, and fought on part and part, till the prince came and parted either part.
Where is Romeo? Saw you him today? I'm glad I was not in this fray.
Madam, an hour before the worshipped sun peered forth the golden window of the east. A troubled mind drove me to walk abroad, where, underneath the grove of sycamore, so early walking I did see your son. I made towards him, but he was ware of me and stole into the covert of the wood. being one too many by my weary self, pursued my humour, not pursuing his, and gladly fled and gladly shunned me.
Many a morning hath he there been seen, with tears augmenting the fresh morning dew, adding to clouds more clouds with his deep sighs. But also soon as the all-cheering sun should in the farthest east begin to draw the shady curtains from Aurora's bed, away from light steals home my heavy son, private in his chamber, shuts up his window, locks fair daylight out, and makes himself an artificial night. Black and portentous must this humour prove, unless good counsel may the cause remove.
My noble aunt, do you know the cause?
I neither know it nor can learn of
Have
him,
you importuned him by any means?
both myself and many others. But he, his own affection's counsellor, is to himself, I will not say how true, but is to himself so secret, so close, so far from sounding and discovery, as is the bud bit with an envious worm, ere he could spread his sweet leaves to the air, or dedicate his beauty to the sun. Could we but learn from whence his sorrows grow, we would as willingly give cure as know.
See where he comes. So please you step aside. I'll know his grievance, or be much denied.
I would thou wert so happy by thy stay to hear true shrift. Come on, this way.
Good morrow, cousin.
Is the day so young?
But you struck 9.
Oh me. Sad hour, seemed of. Was that my mother that went hence so fast?
Yeah, it was. What sadness lengthens Romeo's hours?
Not having that, which having makes them short.
In love.
Out.
Of love.
Out of her favour where I am in love.
Alas, that love so gentle in his view should be so tyrannous and rough in proof.
Alas, that love, whose view is muffled still, shall without eye see pathways to his will. Where shall we die? Oh me, what fray was here? Yet tell me not, for I've seen it all. Here's much to do with hate, but more with love. Why then, O grueling love, O loving hate? Anything of nothing first create. Heavy lightness, serious vanity, misshapen chaos of well-seeming form, still waking sleep. That is not what this is. This love feel I, that feel no love in this. Dost thou not laugh?
No, cause I rather weep.
Good heart at what?
At thy good heart's oppression.
Why, such is love's transgression? Griefs of mine own lie heavy on my chest, which thou would propagate to have them pressed with more of thine own. This love that thou hast shown doth add more grief to too much of mine own. Love is a smoke made with the fume of sighs, being purged of fire sparkling lover's eyes, being vexed, a sea nourished lover's tears. What is it else? A madness most discreet, a choking gall and a preserving sweet. Farewell, my coz.
Soft, I'll go along, but if you leave me now, you do me wrong.
I have lost myself. I am not here. This is not Romeo. He's some other way.
Tell me in sadness, who is it that you love?
Oh, what shall I groan and tell thee?
Groan, no, but sadly tell me who.
That a sick man in sadness make his will. A word ill urged to one that is so ill. In sadness, cousin, I do love a woman.
Then I ain't so near when I suppose you love.
A right good marksman, and she's fair, I love.
And a right fair mark is soonest hit.
Well, in that hit you'll miss, for she'll not be hit with Cupid's arrow. She hath by Anne's wit. Her hand is strong proof of chastity well armed. From love's weak childish bow she lives unharmed. She'll not stay the siege of loving terms, nor bide the encounters of assailing eyes.
Then she hath sworn that she will live chaste.
She hath, and that sparing makes huge waste. For beauty, when starved with her severity, cuts beauty off from all posterity. She is too wise, too fair, wisely too fair, to merit bliss by making me despair. She hath forsworn to love, and in that vow do I live dead to tell it now.
Be ruled by me, forget to think of her.
Ah, teach me how I should forget to think.
By giving liberty unto thine eyes, examine other beauty.
He that hath been stricken blind can never forget the precious treasure of his eyesight lost. Show me a maid that is passing fair. What does her beauty serve that is a note where I may read who has passed that passing fair?
I'll pay the doctrine, or else die in debt. Romeo, art thou mad?
Not mad, but bound more than a madman is. Shut up in prison, kept without my food, whipped and tormented.
Good you got her. Pray, sir, can you read?
Aye, mine own fortune, my misery.
Signor Martino, his wife and daughters,
County Anselms, Beauty's sisters, the Lady Widow Vitruvio, Signor Placentio, his lovely nieces, Mercutio and her brother Valentine, Capulet, his wife and daughters, fair Rosaline, Olivia, Signor Valentino, his cousin Tybalt, Lucio, and the lively Helena, fair assembly.
At this same ancient feast of Capulet sups the fair Rosaline, who thou so loves. Go thither, and with unattained eye compare her face to some that I will show, and I shall make you think you swan a crow.
One fairer than my love. The all-seeing sun ne'er saw her match since first the world begun.
Tut, you saw her fair, none else being by, herself poised with herself in either eye. Yet in those crystal scales that there be weighted your lady's love against some other maid that I shall show you shining at this feast, and she shall scant show that now seems best.
I'll go along, no such sight to be shown, but to rejoice in the splendour of mine own.
Montague is bound as well as I, penalty alike, and 'tis not hard for men such as we to keep the peace.
Of honourable reckoning are you both, and pity has he lived at odds so long. But, my lord, what say you to my suit?
Say no what I've said before. My child is but a stranger in the world, and 2 more summers wither in their pride, ere we may think it right to be right.
But younger than she, a happy mother's maid.
And too soon marred are those so early made. Earth has swallowed all my hopes, but she is the hopeful lady of my earth. So woo her, Paris. Get her heart. My will to her consent is but a part. And if she agree within her scope of choice, lies my fair consent according to this. This night, I hold an old accustomed feast, whereto I have invited many a guest such as that. And you amongst the storm next time will welcome more. Upon fresh female bud shall you this night, eh? Inherited my house. And like her most, whose merit most shall be, which in view of many, mine being one, may stand in number, though reckoning none.
Where is that girl? Juliet! How now? Who calls? Madam, I'm here. What is your will? This is the matter. Nurse, give leave a while. We must talk in secret. Nurse, come back again. I have remembered me. Thou hearest our counsel. Tell me, Dr. Juliet, how stands your dispositions to be married?
It's an honour that I dream not of.
Well, think of marriage now. Younger than you here in Verona, ladies of esteem are made already mothers. By my count, I was your mother much all these years that you are now a maid. Thus then, in brief, the valiant Paris seeks you for his love.
A man, young lady! Such a man as all the world, why he's a man of wax!
The summer hath not such a flower.
He's a flower in face of faith, a very flower.
What say you? Can you love the gentleman? This night you shall behold him at our feast. Read o'er the volume of young Paris' face and find delight writ there with beauty's pen. Examine every married lineament and see how one another lends content. And what obscured in this fair volume lies, find written in the margin of his eyes. This precious book of love, this unbound lover, to beautify him only lacks a cover. So shall you share all that he doth possess, having him making yourself no less.
No less? May bigger women grow by men.
Speak briefly. Can you like of Paris love?
I'll look to like, if looking like you move, but no more deep line dart mine eye, then your consent gives strength to make it fly.
Madam, the guests come.
Juliet!
Go, girl. Seek happy nights through happy days.
Give me a torch. I'm not for this happening. Being but heavy, I will bear the light.
Nay, gentle
gentle Romeo, we must have you dance.
Not I, believe me. You have dancing shoes with nibble soles. I have a soul of lead.
You are a lover. Borrow Cupid's wings and soar with them above a common bound.
I am too sore and pierced by his shaft to soar above with his light feathers. So under love's heavy burden do I sink.
So just sinking it should you burden love. Too great oppression for such a tender thing?
Is love a tender thing? It is too rough, too rude, too boisterous. It pricks like thorn.
If love be rough with you, be rough with love. Prick love for pricking and you beat love down.
Come, knock and enter, and every man will take him to his legs.
You mean well in going to this mass, but 'tis no whit to go.
And why, may one ask?
I dreamt a dream this night.
So did I.
What was yours?
Dreamers often lie.
In bed, asleep, while they do dream things true.
Oh, I see Queen Mab, didn't you? She is the fairies' midwife. Comes in shape no bigger than an agate stone. On the forefinger of an alderman, drawn with a little team of atomy. Men's noses as they lie asleep. Her chariot is an empty hazelnut. The wagon spokes made of long, stemless legs. Cover of the wings of grasshoppers. Her traces of the smallest spider web. Her whip of cricket's bone. The lash of film. And in this state, she gallops, night by night, through lovers' brains, and then they dream of love. Courtiers' knees, who dream on curtsies straight. Lawyers' fingers, straight dream on fees. Ladies' lips, the straight on kisses dream. Which off the angry Mab, with blisters plagues, because their breaths with sweetmeats tainted are. Sometime she driveth o'er a soldier's neck, and dreams he of cutting foreign throats, of breeches, ambuscados, Spanish blades, of hells 5 fathom deep, and then anon drums in his ear, at which he starts and wakes, and thus being frighted, swears a prayer or two, and sleeps again. This is the hag, when maids lie on their back, presses them and learns them first to bear, making them women of good carriage. This is she!
Peace! Peace, Mercutio, peace. Thou talk'st of nothing.
True. Talk of dreams. To the children of an idle brain, forgotten nothing but vain fantasy, more inconstant than the wind who woos even now the frozen bosom of the north. And thus being angered, puffs away from thence, turning his face to the dew-dropping south.
This wind you speak of blows us from ourselves. Supper is done, we shall come too late.
I fear too early. My mind misgives from consequence, yet hanging in the stars. I shall bitterly begin his fearful day with this night's revels, and expire the term of a despised life closed in my chest with some vile forfeit of untimely death. But he that had the steerage of my course direct my sail.
On, lusty gentlemen!
Welcome, gentlemen, welcome! Oh, my mistress, which of you are now denied to dance, I have seen today that I could pour a miser, I could tell a whispering tale in a fair lady's ear. Such as would please, 'tis gone, 'tis gone, 'tis gone. You are welcome, 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 come in. Welcome, welcome.
What lady is that which doth enrich the hand of yonder knight?
No, not my lord.
She doth teach the torches to burn bright. It seems she hangs upon the cheek of night. For measure done, I'll watch her place of stand, and touching hers make blessed my rude hand. To my heart love till now, I swear at sight, for I never saw true beauty until this night.
'Tis by his voice a Montague, who dares to say, "Come hither, covered in an antique face, to fleer and scorn at our solemnity. Now, by the stock and honour of my kin, to strike him dead I consider it not a sin."
Now, kinsman, wherefore stone you so?
Come, 'tis a Montague our foe, a villain come hither out to spite, to scorn at our solemnity on this night.
Young Romeo, is it?
'Tis he! That villain Romeo!
Content thee, gentle coz. Let him alone. And bears him like a portly gentleman. To speak the truth, Rhoda brags of him to be a virtuous and well-governed youth. I would not for all the wealth here in this town, in my house, cause him disparagement. Therefore take no note of him. 'Tis my will. For which if thou'st respect, show a fair presence and put off these frowns, an ill-beseeming semblance for a feast.
Fit when such a villain is a guest, I'll not endure him!
Shut what good boy, I say, shut! Am I the master here or you? Go to! You'll not enjoy him? You'll make a mutiny amongst my guests!
My uncle, 'tis a shame.
I'll make him quiet, what?
Patience perforce with wilful choler meeting, makes my flesh tremble their different greeting. I will withdraw, but this intrusion shall, now seeming sweet, result in bitter as gall.
If I profane with mine worthiest hand this holy shrine, if the gentlest sin be lips, my lips, two blushing pilgrims ready stand, to smooth that rough touch with a tender kiss.
Pilgrim, you do wrong your hand too much. Which mannerly devotion shows in this? The saints have hands that pilgrims' hands do touch. And palm to palm is holy palmer's kiss.
I have not saints' lips and holy palmers too.
My pilgrim, lips that they must use in prayer.
Oh then, dear saint, let lips do what hands do. They pray, grant thou, less faith than to despair.
Saints do not move, though grant for prayer's sake.
Then move not, while my prayers' effects I take. Flush from my lips, my thine sin is purged.
Have my lips a sin that they overtook?
Sin from my lips, trespass sweetly urged. Give me my sin again.
Be kissed by the book. Madam, your mother craves a word with you.
And what is her mother?
Marry bachelor. Mother is the lady of the house, and a good lady and a wise and a virtuous.
Well, is she in Capulet? Dear account, my life is my foe's debt.
Come, let's away! The sport is at its best!
Aye, so I fear. And more is my unrest.
Come hither, nurse. What is yon gentleman? His name is Romeo, and he's a Montague, the only son of your great enemy. My only love sprung from my only hate. Too early seen unknown and known too late. Prodigious birth of love it is to me, that I must love a loathed enemy.
Can I go forward when my heart is here? Turn back, dull earth, and find my centre out.
Romeo! My cousin Romeo!
He is wise. Oh, hath stolen him home to bed.
Come here, let the orchard wall. Call good Mercutio.
Nay. I'll conjure too. Cry, but I mean
and dove. He heareth not, he moveth not, he stirreth not. The ape is dead. I must conjure him. I conjure thee by Rosaline's bright eyes, by her fine forehead and her scarlet lip, by her fine foot, straight leg, and quivering thighs, and the dimensions there adjacent lie, that in thy likeness thou appear to us.
And if he hear thee, thou wilt anger him.
This would not anger him. 'Twould anger him to raise his spirit in some mistress circle of some strange nature, letting it there stand till she had laid it and conjured it down. That was some spite. My invocation is fair and honest. I conjure only but to raise up him.
Come, he hath hid himself amongst the trees to be consorted with the humorous night. His love is blind and best fits the dark.
Love be blind, thou cannot hit the mark. Oh, Romeo! Oh, that she were an open arse, thou a popper in pear. Romeo, good night. To my truckle bed, this field bed's too cold for me to sleep. Come. Here you go.
Only jester's scars that never felt a wound. That's soft. What light to yonder window breaks? It is the east and Juliet is the sun. Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon, who is already sick and pale with grief that thou, her maid, art more fair than she. It is my lady, it is my love, oh, that she knew she were. She speaks, yet says nothing. What of that? Her eye discourses, I will answer it. I am too bold, 'tis not to me she speaks. What if the two fairest stars in all the heaven, having some business, do entreat her eyes to twinkle in their spheres till they return? What if her eyes were there, they in her head? The brightness of her cheek would shame those stars, as dead doth a lamp. Her eyes in heaven, and through this airy region stream so bright that birds would sing and think it were not night. See how she leans a cheek upon her hand, that I were a glove upon her hand so I may touch her cheek.
Ay me.
She speaks. Speak again, bright angel, for thou art more glorious this night, being over our heads than the winged messenger of heaven unto the white upturned wondering eyes of mortals, who fall back to gaze upon him as he bestrides the lazy pacing clouds, and sails upon the bosom of the air.
Romeo, Romeo. Where art thou, Romeo? Deny thy father and refuse thy name. Or if thou wilt not be but sworn, my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet.
Shall I hear more? Or shall I speak at this?
'Tis but thy name that is thy enemy. Thou art thyself, though not a Montague. It's Montague. It's nor hand, nor foot, nor arm, nor face, nor any other part belonging to a man. Be some other name. What's in a name? That which we call a rose, by any other word will smell as sweet. So Romeo would, were he not Romeo called, retain that dear perfection which he owes without that title. Romeo, doff thy name, and for thy name which is no part of thee, take all myself.
I'll take thee at thy word. Call me but lion, art me you baptized, henceforth I never will be Romeo.
What man art thou, thus bescreened in night, so stumblest on my counsel?
By a name I know not how to tell thee who I am. My name, dear saint, is hateful to myself because it is an enemy to thee. Had I written, I would tear the word.
My ears have not yet drunk 100 words of Latin's uttering, yet I know the sound. Art thou not Romeo? The Montague?
Neither, fair maid, if either thee dislike.
How camest thou hither? Tell me, wherefore? The orchard walls are high and hard to climb. On the place death, considering who thou art, if any of my kinsmen find me here.
With love's like wings as I overperch these walls, for stony limits cannot hold love apples. What love can do, that dares love attempt. Therefore thy kinsmen are no stop to me.
If they do see thee, they will murder thee.
Alack, there is more peril in thine eyes than in 20 of their swords. But thou but sweet, and I am proof against their enmity.
I would not for the world they saw thee here.
I have night's cloak to hide me from their eyes. But thou love me, let them find me here. My life is better ended by their hate than death prorogued, wanting of thy love.
By whose direction foundest thou out this place?
Thy love. First they prompt me to inquire. He lent me counsel and I lent him eyes. I am so pilot, but wert thou as far as that vast shore washed with the furthest sea, I should venture for such merchandise.
Thou knowest the mask of night is on my face, else would have made him blush to paint my cheek. For that which thou hast heard me speak tonight, fain would I dwell on form, fain deny what I have spoke. Farewell, compliment. Dost thou love me? I know thou wilt say aye, and I'll take thee at thy word. But if thou swearest, thou mayst prove false. Gentle Romeo, if thou dost love, pronounce it faithfully.
Lady, by yonder blessed moon do I vow that tips with silver all these fruit tree tops.
Swear not by the moon, the inconstant moon that monthly changes in her circled o'er, lest that thy love prove likewise variable.
What shall I swear by?
Do not swear at all. Or if thou wilt, swear by thy gracious self, which is the god of my idolatry, and I'll believe thee.
My heart's dear love.
Do not swear. Although I joy in thee, I've no joy in this contract tonight. It's too rash, too sudden, too unadvised, too like the lining which doth cease to be, ere one can say it lightens. Sweet good night. This bud of love, by summer's ripening breath, may prove a beauteous flower when next we meet. Good night, good night. Sweet repose and rest, come to thy heart as that within my breast.
Wilt thou leave me so unsatisfied?
What satisfaction canst thou have tonight?
The exchange of thy love's faithful vow for mine.
I gave thee mine before thou didst request it, and yet I would it were to give again. My bounty is as boundless as the sea. My love is deep. The more I give to thee, the more I have. Both are infinite.
Juliet!
I hear some noise within. They love adieu.
Juliet!
And on, good nurse! Sweet Montague, be true.
Oh, blessed, blessed night. I am afeard. Being a knight, this is all but a dream, too flattering and sweet to be substantial.
3 words, dear Romeo, and good night indeed. If that thy bent of love be honourable, thy purpose marriage, send me word tomorrow. By one I'll procure to come to thee, where and what time thou wilt perform the rite, and all thy fortunes at thy foot I'll lay, and I'll follow thee, my lord, throughout the world.
Madam!
I come anon! If thou meanst not well, I do beseech thee.
Madam!
By and by I come! To cease thy suit, and leave me to my grief. Tomorrow will I send.
So thrive my soul.
1,000 times good night.
1,000 times the worst to want thy light. Love goes towards love as schoolboys from their books, but love from love towards school with heavy looks.
Romeo!
It is my soul that calls upon my name. My yes,
What o'clock tomorrow shall I send to thee?
by the hour of 9.
I will not fail. It's 20 years till then. Good Good night, good night. Parting is such sweet sorrow. I shall say good night till it be morrow.
Oh, Mickle is a powerful grace that lies in plants, herbs, stones, and their true qualities. And naught so far as on the earth doth live, but to the air some special good doth give. Nor aught so good but, strained from that fair use, revolts from true birth, stumbling on abuse. Within the infant rind of this weak flower, poison hath residence and medicine power. For this being smelt with that part, cheers each part. Being tasted, stays all senses with the heart. Good morrow, Father.
Ah, Benedicite! What early tongue so sweet saluteth me? Young Sonny targeted his tempered head so soon to bid good morrow to thy bed. Care keeps his watch in every old man's eye, and where care lodges, sleep will never lie. Therefore thy illness doth me assure thou art aroused with some distemperature. Or if not so, then here I hit it right. Our Romeo hath not been in bed tonight.
And that last was true. The sweeter rest was mine.
What pardon sin was thou with Rosaline?
With Rosaline? My ghostly father, no, I forgot that name, and that name's Woe.
That's my good son. But where hast thou been then?
I'll tell thee, ere thou askest me again. I have been feasting with mine enemy, where on a sudden one hath wounded me that was by me wounded. And now both our remedies within thy help and holy physics lie.
Be plain, good son, and homely in thy drift. Riddling confession finds but riddling shrift.
Well then plain you know my heart's dear love is set on the fair daughter of rich Capulet. And mine on hers, so is hers set on mine. And all combined, say what thou must combine by holy marriage. When and where and how we met, we wooed and made exchange of vow, I'll tell thee as we pass. But this I pray, thou consent to marry us today.
Holy Saint Francis, what a change is here! Is Rosaline that thou love so dear, so soon forsaken? Young men's love then lies not truly in their hearts, but in their eyes. Jesu Maria, what a deal of brine have washed thou in those sallow cheeks of Rosaline! How much salt water thrown away in waste, this season to it of love doth not taste. If here thou waste our souls, and these woes thine, these woes were all for Rosaline, and art thou changed? Pronounce this sentence then. Women may fall when there's no strength in men.
Thou did chide me off for loving Rosaline.
For doting, not for loving people mine.
Bids me bury love.
Not in the grave to lay one and another out to have.
I pray thee, chide not. She whom I love now doth grace for grace and love for love allow. The other was not so.
Oh, she knew well, thy love did read by rote but could not spell. But come, young waverer, come, go with me. In one respect of thy assistance to thee, for this allegiance may so happy prove, to turn your household's rancour to pure love.
Now let us hence, and I stand with sudden haste.
Wisely and slow they stumble that run fast.
Where the devil should this Romeo be? Came he not home tonight?
Not to his mother's, I spoke with his man.
That same pale, hard-hearted wench, that Rosaline, torments him so that he will surely end mad.
Tybalt, the kinsman to old Capulet, has sent a letter to his mother's house.
Challenge on my life.
Romeo will answer it.
Any man that can write may answer a letter.
Nay, he will answer the letter's master, how he dares, being dead.
Alas, poor Romeo is already dead, stabbed with a white wench's black eye, run through the ear with a love song, the very pin of his heart cleft with a blind bow-boy's butt shaft. Is he a man to encounter Tybalt?
Why, what is Tybalt?
Well, he's more than Prince of Cats. He's the courageous captain of compliments. He fights seducing pricks on, keeps time, distance, and proportion. He rests as minim rests, 1, 2, and the third in your bosom. He is of a very good sculpture of a silk button, a duelist gentleman of the very first house of the first and second cause.
The what?
The pox, such antic, lisping, affecting fantasticos, these new tuners of accent. By Jesu, a very good man, a very good blade, and a very good whore. Is it not a lamentable thing, grandsire, that we should be thus afflicted by these strange flies, these fashion mongers, these pardon me's? They stand so much on the new form that they cannot sit at ease on the old bench.
Ah, here comes Romeo.
Ah, Signor Romeo. Bonjour. That's a French salutation. You're French, stop. You gave us the counterfeit fairly last night.
Good morrow to you both. What counterfeit did I give you?
The slip, sir. The slip. Can you not conceive?
Pardon, good Mercutio, but my business was great, and in a case such as mine, a man may strain courtesy.
Oh, this is not just to say a case such as yours constrains a man to bow in the hand.
Meaning to courtesy?
Thou hast most kindly depicted.
The most courteous exposition.
Oh, I'm very pink for courtesy.
Pink for flower?
Right.
Well, in that case, is my pump well back?
Oh, sure wit. Follow me in this jest till thou hast worn out thy pump, that when the single soul of it is worn, the jest may remain after the wearing solely singular.
Oh, single soul jest, solely singular for the singleness.
Oh, come between us, good Benvolio, my wits faint.
Swits and spurs, oh, I will cry a match.
Nay, thy wits run the wild goose chase, then I am done, for thou hast more of the wild goose in one of thy wits than I hath in my whole 5. Was I with you there for the goose?
Thou wast not with me for anything when thou was not there for the goose.
Oh, I shall bite you on the ear for that, Jack.
No, good goose, by not.
My wit is a most sharp sauce. It is the most bitter sweeting.
Is it not then well served into a sweet goose?
Oh, is not this better now than groaning for love? Now art thou sociable. Now art thou Romeo. Now art thou what thou art by art as well as by nature. This drivelling love is like a great natural that runs lolling up and down to hide his bauble in a hole.
Stop there!
Thou desirest me to stop in my tail against the hair?
Thou wouldst else have made thy tail large.
Oh, thou art deceived. I would have made it short. I'd come to the whole depth of my tail, intended to occupy the argument no longer.
Here's goodly gear.
Good ye good morrow, gentlemen.
Gooden, fair gentlewoman.
Is it gooden?
As though less, I tell thee, for the bawdy hand of the dial is now upon the prick of noon.
Out upon you! What woman are you?
One gentleman that God hath made himself to mark.
Can any of you gentlemen tell me where I might find the young Romeo?
I can tell you. But young Romeo will be older when you have found him than he was when you sought him. For I am the youngest of that name, for fault of a worse.
You say well.
Yea, is the worst well? Very well, in faith. Wisely.
If you be he, sir, then I desire some confidence with you.
She would indict him to some supper.
Oh, bored, sir. Romeo, will you come to your mother's or to dinner thither?
I'll follow you.
Farewell, ancient lady.
I pray you, sir. What saucy merchant was this? So full of a ropery.
Oh, one gentleman that loves to hear self-talk, and will say more in a minute than she will stand to in a month.
Oh, if she should stand to anything against me, I'll take her down. I'm a lustier than she were, and 20 such jacks, and if I cannot, well, I'll find those that shall. Scurvy knave. I have none of her flirt gills. I have none of her skeins, mates. Oh, now I forego I am so vexed that every part of me quivers. Scurvy knave. Pray you, sir, a word? My lady bid me inquire you out. What she bid me tell ye, I will keep to myself. But first, let me tell ye, if ye should lead her in a fool's paradise, as they say, 'twere a very gross kind of behaviour, as they say. For the gentlewoman is young, and therefore if you should deal double with her, truly it were a very ill will to be offered to any gentlewoman, very weak dealing.
Nurse, commend me to the lady and mistress, I protest unto thee.
Oh, good heart and in faith. I will tell her so, Lord, she will be a joyful woman.
No, what wilt thou tell her, nurse? Thou dost not mark me.
Oh, I will tell her so that you don't protest, which as I take it is a gentlemanlike offer.
Bid her devise some means to come to Shrift this afternoon. There she shall, and Friar Lawrence there will be shrived and married.
Oh, this afternoon, sir, she shall be there.
Farewell, commend me to thy mistress.
Pray, sir, a word. Heart me, sir.
What sayest thou, my dear nurse?
Thou knowest my mistress is the sweetest lady. There is one nobleman, one Paris, who would fain lay knife abroad, but she is at least to see a toad, a very toad is to see him. I anger her sometimes by telling her that Paris is the properer gentleman. But I'll warrant you that when I do say so, she turns as pale as any cloud in the first world.
Nurse, commend me to thy lady.
Aye, 1,000 times.
The clock struck 9 nights, said the nurse. In half an hour she promised to return. Perchance she cannot meet him. No, that's not so. Oh, she is lame. Love heralds should be thoughts, which 10 times faster glide than the sun's beams, driving back shadows over louring hills. Therefore do nimble-pinioned doves draw love, and therefore have the wind swift Cupid wings. Now is the sun upon the highmost hill of this day's journey, and from 9 until 12 is 3 long hours, yet she is not come. My words would bandy her to my sweet love, and his to me. Oh, God, she comes. Oh, honey nurse, what news? Hast thou met with him? Oh, good sweet nurse. Oh, Lord, why look'st thou sad? Oh, if news be sad, yet tell them merrily. If good, thou shamest the music of sweet news by playing it to me with so sour a face.
I am aweary. Give me leave a while. File my bones ache. What a chance have I?
I would thou hadst my bones and I thy news. Nay, I pray thee, speak, good nurse, speak!
Jesus, what haste! Can thou not stay a while? Can thou not see I am out of breath?
How art thou out of breath when thou hast breath to say to me that thou art out of breath? The excuse that thou dost make in this delay is longer than the tale thou dost excuse. Is thy news good or bad? Answer to that. Say either and I'll say the circumstance. Let me be satisfied, is it good or bad?
Well, you have made a simple choice. You know not how to choose a man. Romeo, no, not he. Though his face be better than any man's, yet his leg excels all men's. And for a hand and a foot and a body, oh, they be talked upon yet past compare. Now, I'll warrant he's not the flower of courtesy, but I'll warrant him as gentle as a lamb. Go thy ways, wench, serve God. What, have you dined at home?
No, but all this did I know before. What says he of our marriage? What of that?
Lord, how my head aches! It beats as if it were to break into 1,000 pieces. My back. Oh, my back. Over the other side. My back. Oh, sure your heart was sending me about to catch my death jolting up and down.
My faith, I'm sorry that thou art not well. Oh, sweet, sweet, sweetness, tell me. What says my love?
Thou love says like an honest gentleman, and a kind and a courteous, and a handsome, and I'll warrant a virtuous. Where is your mother?
Where is my mother? Why, she's within. Where should she be? How oddly thou repliest. Your love says like an honest gentleman, where is your mother?
God's lady dear, are you so hot? Is this the poultice for my aching bones? Henceforward you do your messages yourself.
Oh, here's such a coil. Come. What says Romeo?
Have you got leave to go to confession today?
I have.
Then and how you hence to Friar Lawrence's cell. There says the husband to make your wife.
So smile the heavens upon this holy act, that after hours of sorrow try us not.
Amen. Amen. Come what sorrow can, cannot countervail the exchange of joy that one short minute gives me in her light. Do thou but close our hands by holy words, and the love devouring death do what he dare. It is enough that I may but call her mine.
These violent delights have violent ends, and in their triumph die like fire and powder, which as they kiss consume. The sweetest honey is loathsome in its own deliciousness, and in the taste confounds the appetite. Therefore love moderately, long love doth so. Too swift arises tardy as too slow. Romeo shall thank me daughter for us both.
Ah, Juliet, if the measure of thy joy be steeped like mine, and thy skill be more to blade in it, sweeten with thy breath this neighbour air, and let rich music's tongue unfold the imagined happiness that both receive in either by this dear encounter.
My true love has grown to such excess, I cannot sum up some of half my wealth.
Pray thee, good Mercutio, let's retire. The day is hot, the captives are abroad, and if we meet, we shall not escape abroad. Now these hot days is the mad blood stirring.
Thou art like one of those fellows that upon entering the confines of a tavern claps me his sword upon a table and says, God send me no need of thee. And then by the operation of the second cup draws him on the drawer where indeed there is no need.
Am I like such a fellow?
Come, thou art as hot a jack in thy mood as any in Italy, and as soon moved to be moody and as soon moody to be moved.
And what too?
Nay, and there were two such, we should have none surely, for one would kill the other. Thou wouldst quarrel with a man that hath a hair more or a hair less in his beard than thou hast. Thou would quarrel with a man for cracking nuts, for no other reason than because thou hast hazel eyes. What eye but such an eye could spy out such a quarrel? Thy head is as full of quarrels as an egg is full of meat. My head has been beaten as Adler's an egg for quarrelling. Thou wouldst quarrel with a man for coughing in the street because he hath awakened thy dog that hath lain asleep in the sun. Didst thou not fall out with a tailor for wearing his new doublet before Easter? And with another for tying his new shoes with old riband? And yet, thou would choose me for quarrelling.
And I was so apt to quarrel as thou art. Any man should pay the fee simple of my life for an hour and a quarter. By my head, here come the Capulets.
Good, a word with one of you.
But one word with one of us? Couple it with something. Make it a word and a blow.
You shall see me apt enough to that, madame, and you will give me occasion.
Couldst thou not take some occasion without giving?
Mercutio, thou consort with Romeo?
Consort? What dost thou make us minstrels? Thou make minstrels of us, prepare to hear nothing but discords. Here's my fiddlestick. Here's that shall make you dance. Zoom's consort.
We speak here in the public haunts of men. Either retire unto some other place, or else depart. Here all eyes gaze upon us.
Men's eyes were made to look. Let them gaze. I'll not budge for no man's pleasure, I.
Well, peace be with you, madam. Here comes my man. Romeo, the love I bear thee can afford no better term than this. Thou art a villain.
Tybalt, the reason I have to love thee does much excuse the appertaining rage of such a greeting. Villain am I none. Therefore farewell, I see thou knowest me not.
Boy, this shall not excuse the injuries that thou hast done to me. Therefore turn and draw.
I do protest. I have never injured thee, but loved thee better than thou canst devise, till thou canst know the reason for my love. So, good Capulet, which name my tenderest did is mine own be satisfied.
Dishonourable, vile submission. Tybalt, you rat catcher. Walk.
What would thou have with me?
Oh, good king of cats. Nothing but one of your 9 lives. I mean to make bold withal. Since you shall use me hereafter, dry beat the rest of the 8. Come, do not pluck your sword from his pilcher by the ears. Make haste. There might be about your ear ere it be out.
I am for you.
Gentle Mercutio, put thy rapier up.
Come, sir. Your passado.
Draw, Bernardios! Beat down your weapons! Gentlemen, for shame forbear this outrage. The prince expressly hath forbid this landing groan. The whole Tybalt, good Mercutio!
Wait, Tybalt!
Plague on both your houses. I'm sped. What, is he gone and hath nothing?
Thou hurt?
I scratch. Marriage is enough. Twill serve.
Irish woman, the hurt cannot be much.
No, 'tis not so deep as a well, nor wide as a church door, but 'tis enough. Ask for me tomorrow, you shall find me a grave woman. I'm peppered, I work for this well. A plague on both your houses! Why the devil came you between us? I was not under your arm.
I thought all for the best.
Plague on both your houses. They have made worms meat of me. I have it. Sammy too. Plague on both your houses.
Very friend have got this mortal wound in my behalf. My reputation to stay with Tybalt's son, and Tybalt than ours have been my cousin. Juliet, my beauty hath made me effeminate in my temper, soft and bad as steel. This day's black fate on my days does depend. This but begins the woes others must end. He, living triumph and Mercutio slain. Way to heaven, respective lenity and far-eyed fury be my conduct now. Now, Tybalt, take back that villain that late thou gavest me. For Mercutio's soul is but little way over our heads, staying for thine to keep him company. Either thou, or I, or both must go with him.
Thou wretched boy that didst consort her, shalt with her hence.
Romeo, away! Be gone! Stand not amazed! The prince will do thee death if thou art taken. Hence be gone away!
Oh, I am forced to
Be gone!
Where are the bold beginners of this fray?
There lies the man, slain by Romeo, that slew thy kinsman, brave Mercutio.
Tybalt, my brother's child. Prince, husband, the blood is spilled of my dear kinsman. Prince, as thou art true for blood of our shed blood of Montague. Cousin, cousin.
The villain who began this bloody fray!
Tybalt, he is slain, that Romeo's hand did slay. Romeo that spoke in fair bid him think how nice the quarrel was, and urged with all his high displeasure. All this uttered with gentle breath, calm look, knees humbly bowed, could not take truce with the unruly spleen of Tybalt, deaf to peace. But that he tilts with piercing steel at bold Mercutio's breast, who all his heart turns deadly point to point, and with one hand beats cold death aside, and with the other sends it back to Romeo, whose dexterity retorts it. Romeo, he cries aloud, hold friends, friends part. And swifter than his tongue betwixt them he rushes, underneath whose arm an emptiest thrust from Tybalt takes the life of stout Mercutio. And then Tybalt fled. But by and by comes back to Romeo, who had but newly entertained revenge, and to it they go like lightning. For ere I could draw to part them, was stout Tybalt slain. And as he fell, did Romeo turn and fly. This be the truth, or let Benvolio die.
His kinsman to the Montague, affection makes him false, he speaks not true. I beg for justice, which thou, prince, must give. Romeo slew Tybalt, Romeo must not live.
Romeo slew him, he slew Mercutio, who now the price of here did blood the foe.
Not Romeo! Prince, he was Mercutio's friend. Fault concludes but what the law should end the life of Tybalt.
And for that offence, immediately do we exile him hence. I shall be deaf to pleading and excuses, nor tears nor prayers shall purchase our abuses. Therefore, use none. Let Romeo hence in haste, else when he is found, that hour is his last. But hence his body and attend our will, mercy but murders, pardoning those that kill. Romeo is banished!
Spread thy close curtain, love, before midnight, that rumour's eyes may wink. And Romeo, leap to these arms unheard of and unseen. Oh, come, civil knight, thou sober-suited matron all in black, and learn me how to lose a winning match. Played for a pair of stainless maidenhoods. Put my unmanned blood bating in my cheeks. With thy black mantle, till strange love grown bold, think true love acted simple modesty. Come, gentle knight, come, loving black-browed knight. Give me my Romeo. And when he shall die, take him and cut him out in little stars. And he shall make the face of heaven so fine that all the world will fall in love in night, and pay no worship to the garish sun. I have bought the mansion of a love, but not possessed it. And though I am sold, I've not yet enjoyed. So tedious is this day, as is the night before some festival, to an impatient child that hath new robes, but may not wear them. Here comes my nurse, and she brings news. And every tongue that speaks but Romeo's name speaks heavenly eloquence. Now, nurse, what news? I mean, what news? Why dost thou wring thy hands? He's dead. He's dead. We are undone, lady, we are undone. Alas, the day's gone, he's killed, he's dead. Can heaven be so envious?
Romeo can, though heaven cannot. Romeo, Romeo, who would have thought it?
What devil art thou that dost torment me thus? This torture should be wrought in dismal hell. Romeo slain himself. Say thou but I, and that bare thou eye shall poison more than the death darting eye of a cockatrice. I am not I if there be such an eye. Or those I shook that mix the answer I, if he be slain, say I, or if not known, breathe sounds determine of my weal or woe.
I saw the wound. I saw it with mine eye. Here, God save the mark.
piteous corpse. Pale as ashes. All bedaubed in blood, all in goblet, I swooned at the sight. Oh, break my heart, poor banquet, break at once. To prison eyes never look on liberty. Vile earth present and motion here. And now when Romeo will press on heavy fear. Oh, Tybalt, best friend I ever had. Courteous Tybalt, kind and honest gentleman. Ever I should live to see thee dead.
What storm is this that blows so contrary? Is Romeo slaughtered? Is Tybalt dead? My dearest husband and my dear lord.
Tybalt is gone. And Romeo is banished. Romeo that killed him is banished.
Did Romeo's hand shed Tybalt's blood?
It did. It did. Oh, that's the day it did.
Oh, serpent eye with a flaring face. Beautiful tyrant, fiend angelical, just opposite to what thou justly seemst. A damned saint, an honourable villain. Oh, nature, what didst thou do in hell when thou didst bow the spirit of a fiend? Immortal paradise of such sweet flesh. What that deceit should dwell in such a gorgeous palace.
There is no trust, no faith, no honesty in men. All perjured, all forsworn. Oh no, all disassemblers. These griefs, these woes, these sorrows, they make me old. Shame come to Romeo.
Blessed be thy tongue for such a wish. He was not born to shame. Upon his brow shame is a shame to sit. It is a throne where honour may be crowned sole monarch of the universal earth. What beast was I to chide in him?
Speak ill of him that killed your cousin.
Should I speak ill of him that is my husband? Oh, poor my lord, what tongue shall smooth thy name when I, 3 hours' wife, have mangled it? Wherefore, villain, didst thou kill my cousin? Oh, that villain cousin would have killed my husband. Back, foolish tears. Back to your native spring. My husband lives. That Tybalt would have slain. Tybalt is dead that would have killed my husband. All this is comfort. Wherefore weep I then? Some word there was, worse than the Tybalt's death that murdered me. I will forget it faint, but it presses to my memory like damned guilty deeds to sinners' minds. Tybalt is dead, and Romeo is banished. Banished, that one word banished hath slain 10,000 Tybalts. Tybalt's death was well enough of it had ended there. Why follow not what you said Tybalt's dead with thy father, or thy mother, nay, or even both, which modern lamentation might have moved. But with a rearward following Tybalt's death, Romeo is banished. To speak that word, his father, mother, Tybalt, Romeo Juliet, all slain, all dead. Romeo is banished. There's no end, no limit, no measure, no bound in that word's grief. No words does that woe sound. Where is my father and my mother, nurse?
Weeping and wailing over Tybalt's corpse. Come, go with me, I will bring you thither.
Wash these wounds with tears. Mine shall be spent when there's a drive for Romeo's banishment.
Come, nurse. Out to my wedding bed. When death, not Romeo, will take my maidenhead. Hie you to your chamber. I will send for Romeo to comfort you. I wot well where he is. Hie, your Romeo will be here by night. I'll to him. He's hid at Friar Lawrence's cell. Find him. Give this ring to my true knight. And bid him come take his last farewell.
Romeo, come forth. Come forth, thou fearful man. Affliction is enamoured of thy heart, and thou art wedded to calamity.
Father, what news? What is the prince's doom? What sorrow craves acquaintance at my hand that I yet know not?
Too familiar is my dear son with such sour company. I bring thee tidings of the prince's doom.
What less than doomsday is the prince's doom?
A gentler judgment vanished from his lips, not but his death, but his banishment.
Banishment? Be merciful, say death. For exile hath more terror in his look, much more than death, do not say banishment.
Hence from Verona art thou banished. Be patient, for the world is broad and wide.
There is no world without Verona walls, but purgatory, torture and hell itself. His banished is banished in the world, and world's exile is death. Banished is death in his turn. Calling death banished, thou cutt'st my head off with a golden axe, and smilest upon the stroke that murders me.
O deadly sin, O rude unthankfulness! Thy fault our law calls death. But the kind prince, taking my part, have thrust aside the law and turned that black word death to banishment. This is dear mercy, and thou seest not.
'Tis torture, no mercy. Heaven is here where Juliet lives. And every cat and dog and little mouse, every unworthy thing from here in heaven may look upon her. But Romeo may not. They may seize upon the white wonder of dear Juliet's hand, and steal immortal blessings from her lips. This may flies do when I from this must fly, and sayest thou yet that exile is not death? But Romeo may not. He is banished. Flies may do this, but I from me this must fly. They are free men. I am banished. Hast thou no poison mixed? No shot ground axe, no means of sudden death? Though, no so mean, but banished to kill me with. Friar banished. The damned use that word in hell, howling attends it. How hast thou the heart, being a divine, a ghostly confessor, a sin absolved, but my friend professed to mangle me with that word banished?
Thou fond madman, hear me a little speak.
Who will speak again of banishment?
I'll give thee armour to keep off that word. Adverse is sweet milk philosophy, to comfort thee though thou art banished.
Yet banished! Hang up philosophy. And that philosophy can make me a Juliet, reverse the prince's doom, this plant a town. It helps not. It prevails not, so talk no more.
Then I see madmen have no ears.
How should they when the wise men have no eyes?
Let me dispute with thee of thy estate.
Thou canst not speak of that thou dost not feel. But thou as young as I, Juliet thy love, and Albert married, Tybalt murdered. Doting like me and like me banished. Then mightst thou speak, then mightst thou tear thy hair, and fall upon the ground as I do now, taking the measure of an unmade grave.
Arise, what knocks? Good Romeo, hide thyself.
Not so. Unless the mist of hearts it grows, foamy the mist of life.
Hark, are they not? Romeo, arise, thou wilt be taken. Stay a while. Stand up. Run to my study. By and by. What simpleness is this? Who knocks so hard? Whence comes you? What's your will?
Let me come in, and you shall know my errand. I come for Lady Juliet.
Welcome then.
Oh, Holy Friar. Oh, tell me, Holy Friar, where is my lord? Where is Romeo?
There on the ground, with his own tears made groan.
He is even in my mistress's case. Even in her case. Awful sympathy. Piteous predicament. Even so lies she, weeping and blubbering and weeping. Stand up. Stand up! Stand and you be a man! For Juliet's sake, and for her sake, rise and stand. Why should did you fall in so deep and
Nurse.
Oh, sir. Death's the end of all.
Speaks thou of Juliet? How is it with her? Does not she think me an old murderer now that I have stained the childhood of our joy with blood removed from her own? How does she, and where is she? Says my concealed lady to our council love.
Oh, she says nothing, sir, but weeps and weeps, and then falls down, and on Tybalt calls, and on Romeo cries, and then falls down again.
As if that name, shot from the deadly level of a gun, did murder her. As that name's cursed hand did murder her kinsman.
Hold thy desperate hand! Art thou a man? Thy form cries out thy art, thy tears are womanish. Thou hast amazed me. By my holy order, I thought thy disposition better tempered. Hast thou slain Tybalt? Will thou slay thyself and slay thy lady which in thy life lives? By doing damned hate upon myself? What rouse thee, man? Thy Juliet is alive, for whose dear sake thou wast but lately dead. There art thou happy. Tybalt would slay thee, but thou slewest Tybalt. There art thou happy. The law that threatened death becomes thy friend and turns it to exile. There art thou happy. A pack of blessings lights upon thy back. Happiness courts thee in her best array. But like a misbehaved and sullen wench, thy pouts upon thy love and thy fortune. Take heed, for such thy miserable. Go get thee to thy lady as was decreed. Ascend her chamber hence a comforter. But look, thou stay not till the watch be set, for then thou canst not pass to Mantua, where thou shalt live till we can find a time to reconcile your friend. Blaze your marriage, beg pardon of the prince, and call thee back with 1,000 times more joy than thou went forth in lamentation. Go before, nurse. Commend me to thy lady and bid her hasten all the house to bed, which heavy sorrow makes them absent too. Romeo is coming.
Could have stayed here all night to hear good counsel. What learning is. I'll to my lady. I will tell you will be there by night.
And do so. Did my sweet prepare to chide?
Nay, sir. A ring my lady bid me give you. How you make haste, for it grows very late.
How well my comfort is revived by this.
Go hence. Good night, and here stands all your state. Either be gone till the watch be set, or by the break of day disguise from hence. Sojourn in Mantua. I'll find you your man, and he shall signify from time to time every good hap to you that chances here. Give me thy hand. 'Tis late. Farewell. Good night.
The joy past joy calls out on me. It was a grief so brief to part with thee. Farewell.
Things have fallen out so unluckily, but we have had no time to move our daughter. She loved her kinsman Tybalt dearly, so did I. You were born to die. 'Tis so very late. I promise you she will not come back tonight. If it was not for your company, I would have been a better married.
These times of woe afford no times to woo. Madam, good night. Meet your daughter.
I will, and know her mind early tomorrow. Tonight she's mute up to her heaviness.
Sir Paris. I would like to make a desperate tender of my child's love. I think she will be ruled in all respects by me anymore. I doubt it not. Wife, ere you go to bed, go to Juliet. Acquaint her ear of my son Paris's love. And bid her mark you me on Wednesday next. So, what day is this?
Monday, my lord.
Monday. Wednesday is too soon. Thursday be it then. Thursday she shall be married to this noble lord. Yes? Will you be ready? Do you like this haste? What say you to Thursday?
My lord, I put that Thursday or tomorrow.
Wow, get you gone. Go to Juliet. Prepare her wife against this wedding day. Farewell, my lord. Farewell. It is so very late. I call it early by and by. Good night.
Will thou be gone? It's not yet midday. It was the nightingale and not the lark that hears the fearful hollow of that air. Maybe she sings a lone lullaby. Believe me, love, it's the nightingale.
And it was the lark, the herald of the morn, and no nightingale. Look, love, what envious streaks do lace the severing cloud in yonder east. Night's candles are burnt out, and Jocund day stands tiptoe upon the misty mountain tops. I must be gone and live, or stay and die.
But night is not daylight. I know it, It's the meteor that the sun exhaled, to be this night a torchbearer, and light me on my way to Mantua. Therefore, stay here. Thou needs not to be gone.
Let me be taken. Let me be put to death. I am content that thou wilt have it so. I'll say yon grey is not the morning's eye, nor that is not the lark, whose notes do beat the vaulty heaven so high above our heads. I have more care to stay than will to go. Come, death, and welcome, for Juliet wills it so. How is my soul? Let's talk, it is not day.
It is! It is! I beg to be gone! Away! It is the lark that sings so out of tune, straining harshly chords and unpleasing sharps. Some say the lark makes sweet division. This doth not so, for she divideth us. Now be gone! More light and light it grows.
More light and light. More dark and dark our ways.
Madam! Madam! The Lady Mother is coming to your chamber. Please, Brooke, be wary, look about. Only don't let day in and let life out.
Farewell. Farewell. One kiss and I'll descend.
Art thou gone so? Love, Lord, husband, friend, I must hear from you every day in the hour. For in a minute there are many days. Or by this count, I shall be much in years ere I again behold my Romeo.
Farewell. I will omit no opportunity that may convey my greetings, love to thee.
Thinkst thou we shall ever meet again?
I doubt it not. And all these woes shall serve as sweet discourses in our times to come.
God, I have an ill-divining soul. Methinks I see thee. Now thou art so low, as one dead in the bottom of the tomb. Either my eyesight fails, or thou lookst pale.
Trust me, love, in my eyes so do you. My sorrow drinks our blood. Adieu. Adieu.
Fortune, fortune. All men call thee fickle. If thou art fickle, what dost thou with him that is renounced of faith? Fickle fortune. But then I hope that thou wilt not keep him long, but send him back.
Daughter, are you up?
My lady mother, is she not down so late or up so early? What unaccustomed cause procures her hither?
Why, how now, Juliet?
Madam, I'm not well.
Evermore weeping for your cousin's death? What, wilt thou wash him from his grave with tears? And if thou couldst not make him live. Therefore have done. Some of grief shows much of love, but much of grief shows still some want of wit.
Yet let me weep for such a fear of loss.
So shall you feel the loss, but not the friend which you weep for.
Feeling so the loss, I cannot choose but ever weep the friend.
Now I'll bring thee joyful tidings, girl.
Joy comes well in such a needy time. What are they, I beseech your ladyship?
Well then, thou hast a careful father, child. One who, to put thee from thy heaviness, has sorted out such a sudden day of joy that thou expects not, nor I look not for.
Madam, in happy time, what day is that?
Marry, my child. Early next Thursday morn, the gallant, young, and noble gentleman, the county parish at St. Peter's Church, shall happily make thee there a joyful bride.
Now I say at Peter's Church and Peter too, he shall not make me there a joyful bride. I wonder at this haste that I should wed, ere that he should be husband comes to woo. I pray thee, tell my lord and father, madam, I will not marry yet.
Here comes your father. Tell him so yourself and see how he will take it at your hands.
When the sun sets, the air doth drizzle dew, but for the sunset of my brother's son, it rains downright. Oh no. Why still these tears? Evermore showering? My little body, thou counterfeits a bark, a sea, a wind. But for thine eyes, which I may call the sea, to ebb and flow with tears. How now, wife? If you deliver to her our decree.
Aye, sir, but she will none. How will the fool were married to her grave?
How will she not? Does she not give us thanks? Is she not proud? Is she not blessed that we have brought us so worthy a gentleman to be her bridegroom?
Not proud you have, but thankful that you have. Proud can I never be of what I hate, but thankful even for hate that is meant love.
What is this? Proud and I thank you, and I thank you not, and then not proud. Thank me not thankings, nor proud me not prouds. But fatten your fine joints against Thursday next, and get you to St. Peter's Church, or I will drag thee out.
Why, what are you mad? Good father, I beseech you on my knees, hear me with patience, but to speak a word.
Hang thee, young baggage! Disobedient wretch! I tell thee what, get thee to church on Thursday. Never after look me in the face again. Speak not. Reply not. Do not answer me! My fingers itch! Wife, we'd scarce thought us blessed that God had brought us but one child, but now I see this one is too much. Now we have a curse in having her.
God in heaven, Lord, you are to blame my Lord to bring her so. We're too hot.
God's bread, it makes me mad to have her matched and having now provided a gentleman of noble parentage, of youthful demesnes, nobly trained, and now to have this wretched cunning fool to answer, I cannot wed. I am not in love. I am too young. I pray thee pardon. I pardon you. Graze where you will. You will not house with me. Look to it. Beseech you. I will not be forsworn. And you be mine. I give you to my friend. And you be not. Hang. Beg. Starve. Die in the streets. For by my soul I would ne'er acknowledge thee, nor will I ever have, will ever do thee good. I will not be forsworn!
Is there no pity sitting in the clouds that sees into the bottom of my grief? It is sweet, my mother. Cast me not away. Delay this marriage a month, a week. Or if thou wilt not, make the bridal bed in that dim monument where Tybalt lies. Talk not to me, for I'll speak not a word. Do as thou wilt, for I've done with thee. Oh, Nez, how shall this be prevented? My husband is on earth, my faith in heaven. How shall that faith return again to earth unless my husband sends it to me from heaven by leaving earth? Comfort me, counsel me. What sayest thou? Hast thou not a word of joy? Comfortness. Faith, here it is. Romeo is banished, and all the world to nothing. He ne'er dares come back to challenge you, or if he do, it needs must be by stealth. And so I think, the case so stands as now it doth. I think you should marry with the captain. He's a lovely gentleman, madam. An eagle, madam, hath not so green, so quick, so fair an eye as Paris hath. Wish from my very heart, I think you are happy in this second match, for it excels your first. Or if it did not, your first is dead. Or 'twere as good he were, as you living here and you have no use to him. Speaks thou from thy heart? From my soul too, else beshrew them both. Thou hast comforted me marvellous much. Go in and tell my lady mother I am gone. having displeased my father, to Friar Lawrence's cell, to seek confession and to be absolved.
Marry I will, and this is wisely done. Up to the friar to know his remedy. If all else fails, I myself have power to die.
Thursday, sir. The time is very short.
My father Capulet will have it so, and I'm nothing slow to slack his haste.
You say you do not know the lady's mind? An evening, of course, I like it not.
Immoderately she weeps for Tybalt's death, and therefore have I little talk of love. Venus smiles not in a house of tears. Now, sir, my father counts it dangerous that she give her sorrow so much sway, and in his wisdom hastes our marriage to stop the inundation of her tears. How do you know the reason of this haste?
I knew I would not why it should be slowed. Look, sir, here comes a lady towards myself.
Happily met, my lady and my wife.
That may be so, and I may be a wife.
That maybe must be love on Thursday next.
What must be shall be.
That's a certain text.
To make confession to his father.
To answer that, I should confess to you.
Do not deny to him that you love me.
Confess to you that I love him.
So I'm sure that you love me.
If I do so, it will be of more price being spoke behind your back than to your face.
Oh, wrongs did more than tears without report.
There is no slander, sir, which is a truth. And what I spake it to my face.
My face is mine, and thou slandered it.
It may be so, for it is not mine own. Are you at leisure, Holy Father, now? Or shall I come to your evening mass?
My leisure serves you now, plaintive daughter. My lord, we must entreat this time alone.
God shield us should disturb devotion. Juliet, on Thursday early will I rouse you. Till then, adieu. Take this holy kiss.
Oh, Juliet, I already know thy grief. It's strange if that's the compass of my wits. I hear thou must, and nothing may prorogue it on Thursday next married to this county.
Tell me not, friar, that thou hearest of this, unless thou tell me how I may prevent it. If in thy wisdom thou canst give no help, do but call my resolution wise. And with this knife I'll help it presently. Give me some present counsel, for behold, twixt my extremes and me this bloody knife. Be not so long to speak, I long to die!
I do spy a kind of hope, which craves as desperate an execution as desperate which we would prevent. If, rather than to marry the Count of Paris, thou hast the strength of will to slay thyself, then it is likely thou wilt undertake a thing like death to chide away from this shame, that copeth with death himself as his escape from it. And if thou darest, I'll give thee remedy.
Oh, bid me leap, rather than marry Paris from off the battlements of any tower, or walk in thievish ways, or bid me look where serpents are, or bid me go into a new-made grave and lay me with a dead man in his tomb. All of these things to hear them told have made me tremble, and I will do it without fear or doubt, to live an unstained wife to my sweet love.
Hold then. Go home. Be merry. Give consent to marry Paris. Tomorrow night, look that thou lie alone. Take thou this vial, being then in bed, and this distilled liquor drink thou of. But presently, for all thy veins shall run a cold and drowsy humour, for no pulse shall keep his native progress but surcease. No warmth, no breath shall testify but livest. The roses in thy lips and cheeks shall fade to oney ashes. Each part shall stiffen stark, and cold appear like death. And in his borrowed lightness of shrunk death, thou shalt continue 42 hours, and awake as if from a pleasant sleep. Now when the bridegroom in the morning comes to rouse thee from thy bed, there art thou dead. Thou shalt be taken to that same ancient vault where all the kindred of the Capulets lie. Now in the meantime, against thou shalt awake, shall Romeo by my letters know our drift, and that very night shall Romeo bear thee hence to Mantua, and this shall free thee from this present shame. Get you gone. Be strong and prosperous in this resolve. Send post speed with haste with my letters, thy lord.
Lord, give me strength, and strength shall help afford. Farewell, dear father.
What? Has my daughter gone to Friar Lawrence?
Aye, forsooth.
Well, a chance he may do some good on her. Peevish self-wood harlotry it is.
See how she comes from shrift with merry look.
How now, my headstrong? Where have you been going?
Where I have led me to repent the sin of disobedient opposition to you and your behests, and I'm enjoined by Holy Lawrence to fall prostrate here. To beg your pardon, I beseech you. Henceforward I will ever be ruled by you.
Send for the county. Go tell him of this. Oh, that was not the next one.
I met the youthful lord at Holy Lawrence's cell, and I gave him what becometh of my might. Not stepping over the bounds of modesty.
I'm glad on it. This is well. This is as it should be. Right, let me see the county. Go marry forth, I say. Fetch him thither. Now, before God, our holy reverend friar, all our whole city is much bound to him.
Gentle nurse, I pray thee, leave me to myself tonight, for I have need of many horizons, to move the heavens to smile upon my state. For all I know is this course and full of sin.
Are you busy? Need you my help?
No, madam. We've called such necessaries as are over for our state tomorrow. So please you, let me now be left alone, and let the nurse this night sit up with you. For I'm sure you have your hands full in all this so sudden business.
Good night. Get me to bed and rest, for thou hast need.
Farewell. God knows when we shall meet again. I have a faint cold fear that thrills through my veins. It almost freezes up the heat of life. Compile. What if this mixture doesn't work at all? Will I be married then tomorrow morning? No, they shall forbid it. Romeo, I come. This do I drink to thee.
Nurse? What? Go awaken Juliet. I will go and chat to Paris. And tell her the bridegroom, he has come already. Make haste, I say, make haste!
Mistress. Well, mistress. Juliet. Thus thou born has she. My lamb. My lady. Why you slug a bed? My madam. My
bride. What, not a word? You take your penny's worth. Sleep for a week. The next night I warrant the county parish has set up his rest that you should rest but little. God forgive me. Pray and amen. How sound asleep she is. Let's just wake her. Madam! 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 Oh. Let the county take you in your bed. He'll frighten you up your faith, will it not? What, dressed? And in your clothes? Down again. Let's just wake you. Lady? 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 Oh God! Help! Help! Oh, my lady's dead! Oh my God, my lady!
What noise is here?
Lamentable day!
What's the matter?
Look! Look! Oh, I'm dying.
My child. My only life. Revive. Look up or I will die with thee. Help! Help! Call help!
For shame, bring Juliet forth. The Lord is come.
She's dead. She's dead. She's dead. Alive the day.
Alive the day. She's dead. She's dead. She's dead.
Out, lass. She's cold. Her blood is settled, and her joints are stiff. Life and these limbs have long since separated. Death lies on her like an untimely frost upon the sweetest flower of all the fields.
Lamentable day.
Death that has taken her hands to make me wild, ties up my tongue, and will let me speak.
Come, is the bride ready to go to church?
We're ready to go, but never to return.
I thought long to see this morning's face, and have they given me such a sight as this?
Wretched, hateful day. Most miserable hour that ever time saw the lasting labour of its pilgrimage. One poor loving child. But one thing to rejoice and solace in. The cruel death hath catched it from my sight. Woeful day. Most lamentable day. Most woeful day that ever I did behold. Woeful day. Never have seen so black a day as this. Woeful day.
Beguiled! Divorced! Wronged! Spited! Slain! Most detestable death by thee beguiled! By cruelly quite a throw! Love! Not life! Not life, but having death!
Despised, distracted, hated, killed. Uncomfortable time. What comes down now to murder, our solemnity? My child, my soul, and not my child. Dead out. Alack, my child is dead. And with my child, my joys are buried. All things that we ordain festival and turn their office to black funeral. Our wedding instruments to melancholy bells. Our feast is to a sad burial cheer. Our solemn hymns to sullen dirges change. Our bridal flowers serve for a berry cause, and all things have changed them to the contrary.
Everyone prepare to follow this fair course into her grave. The heavens do lower upon you for some ill. Move them no more by crossing their high will.
If I may trust the flattering truth of sleep, my dreams presage some joyful news at hand. My bosom's Lord sits lightly in his throne, and all this day some unaccustomed spirit lifts me above the ground with cheerful thoughts. I dreamt my lady came and found me dead. It's a strange dream that gives a dead man leave to think. Breathed such life with kisses in my lips that I revived and was an emperor. Ah me, how sweet is love itself possessed, when but love's shadows are so rich in joy. Oh, news from Verona! How now, Balthazar? Does thou not bring me letters from the friar? How doth my lady, and is my mother well? And how fares my Juliet? For at last I ask again, for nothing can be ill if she be well.
It should be well. Nothing can be ill. Her body lies in Couple's monument. To her mortal palm the angel lives. I saw her, laid low in kindred fault, and presently to pause to tell to you. Oh, forgive me for bringing you this ill news.
Even so, then I defy you, stars!
Patience, sir, your looks are pale.
Tush! Thou art deceived. Hast thou no letters to me from the friar?
No, my lord.
No matter. Get thee gone. Juliet, I will ride with thee tonight. Let's see for means. Oh, mischief. Thou art swift to enter into the thoughts of desperate men.
Holy Franciscan Friar, brotherhood.
This same should be the voice of Friar John. Welcome from Mantua. What says Romeo? If his mind be writ, give me his letter. Better send my letter to Romeo?
I could not send it.
Happy fortune. Oh, my brotherhood, the letter wasn't nice, but full of charge, of dear import. And neglecting it made a grave danger. Friar John, go bring it straight.
Brother, I'll go bring thee.
Now must I to the monument alone. Within this 3 hours shall fair Juliet awake. She will be shrewd much that Romeo hath had no notice of these accidents. But I shall write again to Mantua, and keep her at my cell until Romeo come. Poor living corpse clothes in a dead man's tomb.
Sweet flower, with flowers thy bridal bed I strew. Oh, woe, the canopies, dust and stones, with which sweet water nightly I will dew, or wanting that with tears distilled by moans. The obsequies that I for thee will keep nightly shall but strew thy grave and weep. Cursed foot wanders this way tonight, which my obsequies and true love's right. Muffle me night a while.
Hold. Take this letter. Early in the morning, see thou deliver it to my lady and mother. On my life, I charge thee, whatever thou hearest or seest, stand all aloof and do not interrupt me in my course. Why I descend into this bed of death is partly to observe my lady's face, chiefly to take thence from her dead thing, a precious ring that I must use in dear employment. Therefore hence and leave me. And if thou jealous dost return to ply, by heaven I shall tear thee joint by joint, and strew this hungry treasure with thy limbs. The times of my intent are savage, wives, more fierce than one execrable far than empty tigers of the roaring sea.
I would be gone, sir. Do not trouble ye.
So shalt thou show me friendship. Take thou that. Live, and be prosperous. Farewell, good fellow.
This is that banished haughty Montague, murdered my love's cousin, with which grief it is supposed the fair creature died, and here is to come do some villainous shame to the dead bodies. I'll apprehend him. Stop thy unhallowed toil, vile Montague! Can vengeance be pursued further than death? Condemned villain, I apprehend thee! Obey and go with me! Thou must die!
Indeed I must. Therefore came I hither. Good gentle youth, tempt not a desperate man. Fly hence and leave me. Look upon these, God, let them affright thee. I beseech thee, youth, put not another sin upon my head by urging me to fury. Begone. By heaven, I love thee better than myself, for I come hither armed against myself. Stay not. Begone. Live and hereafter say that a madman's mercy bid thee run away.
I defy thy conjuration, and take thee for a villain here!
So wilt thou provoke me? Then have at thee, boy!
If thou be merciful, lay me with Juliet.
Faith I will. Let me peruse his face. Cusio's kinsman, noble county Paris. Said my man when my betossed soul did not attend him as we rode. I think he said that Paris should have married Juliet. Said he not so? Did I dream it so, or am I mad, hearing him talk of Juliet to think it so? Here lies Juliet. Her beauty makes this vault a feasting presence full of light. Oh, my love, my wife. Death that has sucked the honey from my breath have had no power yet upon my beauty. Thou art not yet conquered. Beauty's enzyme yet is crimson in thy lips, in thy cheeks. Death's pale flag is not advanced at there. Oh, sweet Juliet, why art thou yet so fair? Shall I believe that substantial death is amorous, and that lean and horrid monster keeps thee here in dark to be his parable? For fear of that, I still will stay with thee, and never from this pallet of dim night depart again. Here will I remain with worms that are thy chambermaids. Here will I set up my everlasting rest, and shake the yoke of inauspicious stars from this world-weary flesh. Eyes, look your last. I must take your last embrace. Lips, oh you, the doors of breath seal with a righteous kiss. Stateless bargain to the grace of death. Here's to my love. My drugs are quick.
What's here? Closing my true love's hand. Poison I see up in his timeless end. Jill call and left no friendly drop to help me after. I'll kiss her lips. My lips are warm.
Thus, with a kiss, I die.
be brief. Oh, happy dagger, this is thy sheath. There rest, and let me die.
See what a scourge is laid upon their hate, that heaven finds means to kill their joys with love. All are punished. A glooming peace this morning with it brings, the sun for sorrow will not show its head. Go hence to have more talk of these sad things. Some shall be pardoned, and some punished. For never was a story of more woe than this of Juliet and her Romeo.